Hi everyone, my name is Anna Kepner, and I chose to look at an article that looked at modern day industrial psychology. I found this article in Forbes magazine in their leadership section, and it's titled From Competing Agendas to Communication Alignment. The main focus of this article was about getting the right mix of people in the right environment to achieve the best efficiency in the workplace. And if you're interested at all in the article, I did include the link at the bottom there. So the beginnings of industrial psychology were actually started by Wilhelm Wundt, and he was in Germany at the time, and he looked at psychology through a more scientific approach through controlled experiments. He wanted to understand the psychological man by identifying the constituent parts of human consciousness. This led Wundt to an instinct-based explanation for behavior and thought, and he believed that people were controlled by innate instincts. Innate instincts is a theory was actually proved to be oversimplifying matters, and it was more recognized then that there were more differences between individuals instead of everyone going off of the same kind of instincts. So it began to be looked more through a scientific approach of studying individuals, not just the instincts that they all had in common. This led into industrial psychology and scientific management kind of tying together. Scientific management gave industrial psychology its scope and direction, and the main goal that industrial psychology and scientific management had was to create the maximum efficiency of the individual in industry, and this was mainly the elimination of waste and securing the greatest personal employee satisfaction. Engineers of scientific management studied the mechanical efficiency, and the industrial psychologists studied the human efficiency and how best for these ends to be achieved. Hugo Munsterberg was the main person credited for creating the field of industrial psychology. His studies in industrial psychology drew on the work of Frederick Taylor in scientific management, and Munsterberg developed three parts to his study of industrial psychology. These were the best possible man, the best possible work, and the best possible effect. And I'm going to relate these back to the modern industrial psychology and how they are relevant to the article that I chose. Part 1 in Modern Relation is the best possible man. This study of Munsterberg's was on the demands jobs place on people and the necessity of identifying these people whose mental qualifications made them best fit for the work they had to do. In the article, they talked about having a bunch of go-getters that were really high achievers that had all these kind of attributes that people would really want, and how it's not always best because there can be competing agendas and communication becomes so misaligned that the whole workforce can be negatively affected. And it was actually, they believed in this article, having more individuals who are laid back allows for more communication to take place and for a better work environment. Part 2 was the best possible work, and this, in Munsterberg's opinion, sought to determine psychological conditions under which the greatest and most satisfactory output could be achieved. In the article, they talked about how the fact that humor and laughter in a business meeting environment garners not only mutual understanding, but also reduces tensions and lubricates communication channels, thus allowing for effortless joint agreement and respect. If coworkers are able to have fun and get along in the workplace, it creates a better work environment for the individuals working there. And part 3 is the best possible effect. And Munsterberg examined the necessity of producing the influences on human needs that were desirable for the interests of business. In the article, they talked about how gentle, tasteful, and respectful humor and laughter can be key to turning competing agendas into communication alignment. People need to have fun and to work together knowing that what they feel and believe is being taken into account, and by garnering this type of workplace, more can be achieved, making for a more desirable effect from the workers. And Hugo Munsterberg did have a quote, and it's above all, still more important than naked commercial profit on both sides is the cultural gain which will come to the economic life of the nation, as soon as everyone can be brought to the place where his best energies may be unfolded and his greatest personal satisfaction secured. What this really I took to mean is that the most important thing that industrial psychology teaches us is that individuals are all different, so we can put them together to work. You need to make sure that you have the right people, the right work environment, and the right effect being achieved. This will drive your business forward more than having a room full of trailblazing go-getters. This makes for a more efficient work environment, and industrial psychology has taught us this. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and thank you for watching.